show that dome as it, all that will be nappable flint probably, because when you see the white chalcedony flint, that usually means it's good nappable flint. And we're over here at the end where the knob of flint went down along the side, kind of tapered down about 4 or 5 foot, and all the way down along that edge will be good flint. So we'll start this up and see if we can hammer some of it loose. And it's very similar to all flints on the ridge, but there's these pockets here and there all over Flint Ridge. You might run into 90% of it that is not nappable, but every now and then you find a good pocket of it. So we'll start up and we'll see what we can do. We'll try to break some loose over at this far end. What I'm trying to do here is keep an open end where the ledge of flint can roll down off of there. So we'll see what happens. It's a real hard ledge to break loose, so there you can see it breaking loose now. And you see the little blocks and stuff. This may not be, it's good at napping material, but a lot of it has color. You can hear by the sound of it that it doesn't want to give in. You can just imagine what the Indians had to deal with, because it wouldn't break for them either. So we'll try a little different area. And like I say, all the good flint will curl right down around the edge of that knob. So I'll just whenever you see that red on the outside surface, you know that the minerals are penetrating and it creates color in the rock. So that's why I like to keep on this area, because it has a lot of extra colors in there. It's starting to come loose now, but and these are better plates. See the blocks there. I'll try a little bit of it here too, because this here seems to have good blocks in here. I'll show you what it does when we start on the... Okay, we're gonna go down into the pit now, and I'll explain a little bit how the colors thing works. And when you see here what I broke loose, and you see the chalcedony on the top, the white gray flints are always on top usually. You get a little bit deeper, you get into browns, yellows, reds, then blues. And when you get into the blues, usually the quality fades on it. So these blocks here look pretty crunchy, so I don't know if they'll have any good in them or not. But what I'll do is I'll break into some of it so we can see, and you can see lines and cracks, and so I just tap it to get it to come apart where I can see, and then you can see that's not a nappable piece. So, and you can just imagine what they had to move to get to the good flint. You can see back here where this flint here is the top quality flints, and as it goes down it gets grainier and churtier. Most of this is probably not that good, but I still have to move it to get to that good lead. You get into some blocks. There's some, it shows the reds, blues, so, and also the wormholes, but that's what lets the color penetrate. You see, this is not a whole lot of good, it's pretty crunchy. But it does have good color. And this whole ledge will end up having good color. Anything from reds, the blues, the greens. Over here, if you can see this, what I knocked loose, this is more blocky looking. And when you look at it now, this is more of a chalcedony too, because this came right off of the more top. You see the crystals formed in it. And with always with a lot of cracks, so test every piece. It gets kind of boring, but that's how you get good napping material. And you can see it has some brown tints in it. It's just brown tints and a lot of cracks. It cleaves pretty clean a lot of times. The good does. So you can see a pretty nice little block there. So I take it home and heat these and then test them a little more. But way down in here where I was poking earlier, there's a lot of good blocks. You can see it's more blocky. There's a lot of color in it. And this flint also has little silica lines in it, and sometimes they're sealed, sometimes they're not, so you know, you can flake them if they're running the same way you're running the flakes, but if it's the other way, it's hard to flake it. So it's just like any other rock. It's got a lot of impurities and lines and crystal pockets, but nevertheless it's pretty nice flint. And you can just imagine how much the Indians would have liked to have taken this knob off, and all they could get off was on the very edge. And I seen there was a hammerstone laying here earlier. You know, this came out about here, and they just broke off knobs and pieces of the edge and just had to leave the rest. There's always flaws in the rock. And also, you know, you look at this and you say, well, man, those are little pieces, and it comes off. And all of a sudden you hit a pocket of good blocks, big blocks. You never know what you're going to be into. Look at this, the reds in it. And that's down in there a little ways. Not all blocky evidently, because it comes apart in little plates. But there's a good saw block. Looks like it is anyhow. Got a couple lines running through it, but as a whole, that's pretty good. And I'll show you when I dig down in here what comes out of there a lot. There must be bigger blocks down in there. So when you look at things, And you know, you can't tell how solid they are until you start breaking some off of it. I go around the edge and tap all fours. And this one will have blues, tans, and yellows in it. See that crystal pocket holding it together. But it's still a good rock, and a lot of salt rock in there. You can see how pure it is. It's just good napping material. This may go down another foot. It may be the end of the line right there. But you'll see there's just a lot of smaller blocks and a lot of little plates. Different angles and it gets pretty boring to test for a whole day. I usually just test for a couple hours and then do something else and come back and see this one's got blues and reds, yellows, tans, got everything. We'll work on this one here because a lot of these here, when you look at these, you can see the tint on there tells you it's got good whites and reds in there, as you can see. This is a good saw block. And I like to still test all the edges. It's no different than the other, but this one here is a big saw block and it's a good one. And look at those colors. Yellows and reds. It's just different than some of them, but it's pretty awesome, the colors. Those flints are pretty special when you see those swirls of reds and yellows. And their whole area in here will have that. And you can see this bank is just full of blocks. And a lot of it that I nap, you can nap unheated at the very top, the chalcedonies. You get down deeper, they get grainier, need a little heat to make them nap better. And a lot of them are like these here, you might have one end that's bad and doesn't have pretty much bad. So just test them as you go. I should make sure I test all fours. And you can see this will have a little blues. When you heat it, it'll turn tan, yellow. A lot of times, it's also got a quartz line. Doesn't go very deep, but